This hour is brought to you by Sweetland Waste and Removal Service, a homegrown company serving southern Indiana since 1995.
Well, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jetliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin-yang, come along.
Well, come along and welcome aboard Indiana Sports Beat Radio with Coy O'Leary. Merry Christmas, a whole deal. Welcome aboard. Jake's at the wheel, he's at the sleigh, keeping the sleigh in line today. Todd Leary, of course, with me as well. I'm Jim Coyle. Welcome to Indiana Sports Beat, coming to you from the Golf Club at Eagle Point Studios here on this Christmas. It's hard to believe I'm saying that. It's incredible. Appreciate you joining us here on this Christmas show. Who is the home team for the Gator Bowl?
Indiana will play Tennessee on January 2nd.
You're not telling me who the home team is, lady.
Everbank Field.
That she didn't know.
She might have gotten to it.
Yeah.
You cut her off.
She didn't know. She wasn't answering my question that I asked. Typical woman. Did not ask what I asked her.
She might have gotten to it.
I was kidding. That was a joke, by the way.
Yeah,
So
no, that's the stuff he says off the air too, people.
Dude, don't say that because they'll think you're serious. There are some things you can't say on the air that they will take for real.
You just said it.
It was a joke. I didn't say. I don't say it off the air. I've never.
Sometimes you can't tell jokes. Sometimes you can't tell jokes.
Well, not with you around, that's for sure. Tennessee's the home team, Jake says.
Oh, my gosh. You can't give a fact statement like that and then say, I think.
Well, I don't think did they have. There you go. So, maybe Indiana's going to have a game on the road like they had at Nebraska.
I will tell you who the
maybe they'll have a game on the road like they had at Nebraska. It doesn't really matter. They'll just be wearing their I like the red uniforms better anyway.
Tennessee is the home team.
Oh, well, thank you for that information, Johnny.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But, hey, here, I'm going to give you a fact statement. Tennessee is the home team. I'm not going to say, I think, maybe, afterwards.
Who are you picking in that game? We got a long time before that game gets here.
Yeah,
because especially with Indiana, they've got Kalen DeBoer calling the plays, so that puts them. Surely you're going to take Tennessee.
That's a disadvantage. That part of it I don't like. I think Indiana could still probably overcome that, but I don't know. I'm a reserve judgment. I have not watched any Tennessee film whatsoever.
People, if you're listening, doing a poll, would you prefer someone else called the offensive plays as opposed to Kalen DeBoer in the bowl game? Hit us up on the text line, 812-269-6367.
Give the facts involved in what you're saying.
People know. Do you think? Well, wait a minute. He's not in California. A. B. Do you think people do not know what's going on? If they listen to this show, they listen every day, so they know what the facts are, and they more than likely follow Indiana football.
I'm not even sure you know what the facts are.
Okay.
Is he here? Is he here right now?
Yep.
And when did he get here?
I don't have his itinerary.
You don't know the facts. So you don't know the facts.
I know the facts that this is something you know absolutely nothing about what you're talking about, But I'll let the people, like I said, I'm just going to let the people let them.
You gave a statement, and this is what I based my statement back to
no. Why are you based off of me?
Because you made a statement that said, even if he was not here to do the game planning, he could do the game planning over the phone. I heard you say that on the show, and I could have Jake pull it back up. And I said, if that's the case, I would rather him not be involved in the game.
I also said he would be here some. He may not be here all the time.
And if he's not here all the time, I don't want him involved in the play calling.
Okay, well, that's been 2 weeks now. So now we're down to the last week.
What's that mean?
The last week before the game.
Okay, and if he is with the team, the full time between now and January the 2nd.
Now, wait a minute. But now does not start. This conversation started 2 weeks ago.
I agree with you. And
You
if
can't.
he wasn't here at that point, then
He was not here all that time. Obviously, he was in California some.
I'm not a fan.
Okay, well, there you go. And I just asked the fans what they think. Hit us up on the text line. Let us know. 812-269-6367. What are your thoughts on there? Tim says, where was it? I think he said he was okay with Hart calling the plays.
That a boy.
Yeah, that's
finally, Tim's coming around. Some common sense
to wacko side.
Here, I want you to tell me how crazy I am with this statement. Okay, and you know I'm mega confident in myself, but even the somewhat limited football knowledge that I have, if I studied every situation and every play call that was made throughout this entire season when Kalen DeBoer was there, I would almost be willing to bet you at a 95% rate I could call the same play Kalen DeBoer was going to call in the bowl game. But I'm saying if I studied it and I looked at what defenses do against
if that's the case,
how they line up and what they do,
then if that's the case, anybody can do it. Then anybody can be the offensive coordinator.
Anybody that takes the time and studies and does it. Anyone could be a basketball coach that takes the time and studies to learn what it is they're supposed to do.
Well, we disagree on that point. I don't think that you can sit next to somebody for a period of time and all of a sudden just do the same thing that they can. Otherwise,
so you're telling me no one in the world
anyway, I'll go ahead and finish.
No one in the world's ever capable of being an offensive coordinator in Indiana again because Kalen DeBoer's gone.
Here, how about if I say what I was actually saying? What I said was, I don't believe that anybody can just sit down next to somebody and over a short period of time know what they're going to call and know what the proper call should be. Absolutely not. If that was the case, wait a minute.
But you can't say a short period of time and not identify what that period of time is. Is that's a full season, I disagree with you. If that's a week and a half,
I'll give you the full season. Not just anybody can sit next to Kalen DeBoer for a full season and be as good as he is. If that was the case, then there would be a billion people just as good as him, and he would be not relevant. He would just be a teacher because anybody that sits next to him is just as good as he is. That's not the case, and that's not reality. I know you know that, and if you're just doing that to make some radio talk, great, but there's no way you actually believe that.
I do believe. I am not in any way, shape, or form trying to be argumentative with you. I am telling you, if I sat next to Kalen DeBoer for the whole season and I saw how he reacted to certain plays and certain calls and certain defenses and everything that was out there and the plays that he called, I think I could come up with a fairly educated guess as to what play he's going to call. It isn't like, hey, you and I sat there and watched the Purdue game and about rammed our head into the table at some of the play calls that were going on. Like, let's not act like we were sitting over there going, oh my gosh, this guy is the play calling messiah. We were about to ram our head into the TV watching it. Remember that? I remember it.
Well, I disagree with your take, and you're entitled to your opinion. I think that Tom Allen disagrees with your take. I think that any coach would disagree with that, but it's an opinion. All opinions are welcome. They're all welcome. It's an open forum. Everyone is free to express their crazy opinions whenever they want.
Other people say it's an opinion. When I say it's fact.
There you go. The Todd Father fact of the day. We don't change that to the Todd Father fact of the day.
Mm-hmm. I can give you a fact of the day. The problem is
I know you can give them. That doesn't mean they're always right.
I have so many facts to share with people.
Oh my goodness. What a fun day. Man, I cannot believe it's Christmas Eve. This is our not our last broadcast of the year, obviously. Hey, next week, woo, Jacksonville, baby. I wonder how many people are going to the bowl game. I'd be interested to see who's going to the bowl game.
My hands up.
From a fan standpoint, I want to know who all is going. It's going to be interesting to see because this is a rare opportunity. Indiana's never played in a Florida bowl game. They've only played in January twice before, and once was an anomaly because it was the Peach Bowl when the Peach Bowl was not really a big game. And that Peach Bowl may have been against Auburn because I think they also played Tennessee in the Peach Bowl once. I think they lost 27-22 in that one, but But yeah, only the third time a January bowl for Indiana to be practicing this late is amazing. It's not normal. Usually they're getting ready to play a bowl game like right now because they're playing either right before or right after Christmas when they have made a bowl game. But it's fun to be doing it in January. They're going to be the only game in town that night too, that Thursday night. So that's going to be fun as well. It's the 75th TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. So this thing, is this the oldest bowl? I'm trying to remember. Or is it like the sixth oldest bowl? It's one of the old ones. I think it's the sixth oldest bowl going. It's been around for a long time. You know, this is one of those bowls you grew up watching, the Gator Bowl, the Holiday Bowl, the Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, all the good bowls, Cereal Bowl.
It is one of the ones you would name off when you talk about Citrus Bowl and Orange Bowl and all that.
It had great names. It had great names. I love the bowl names, except for now they're all screwed up. Cherubundi, bad mowers, all that stuff. I'm like, what? Where's that? Who? You don't know where any of these games are anymore. If they don't have the name like Gator Bowl, I know where the Gator Bowl, Orange Bowl, you know where the Orange Bowl, Rose Bowl, Fiesta, you know where all those bowls are. But when they start throwing in the citrus tree, orange apple bowl game, whatever, you're like, where's that?
I was looking up some good information for you.
Another fact.
Yep, I was looking up a good fact for you.
Another Christmas nugget, a gift for the fans.
Yep, you'll like this one.
Gift for the people.
You'll like this one. There's
gift for the people
in Jacksonville, Florida. At Brewz, BREWZ Riverside, there is a Gator Bowl watch party, which I'm guessing, with the Alumni Association, we will also be doing a couple of shows from that location.
Awesome.
There you go. See, I have good facts for you.
Perfect. Now we just got to get that confirmed.
I can give you the address and everything. 2695 Post Street, Jacksonville, Florida.
It's great that we've decided that. We haven't even talked to him yet. But yeah, hopefully that would be fun. But we're going to be, obviously we're going to be doing some shows somewhere. We don't know where yet, but that may be the spot. You know who's going to show up to that then?
Who?
Tom Brew. How could he not?
Why wouldn't he?
Well, just saying. Of course he would. He'd probably be there every day because it's Brews.
Oh, look at you.
I thought that you
I didn't even put it together. I didn't put it together. My bad.
Didn't he make the connection, Mr. Obvious?
I didn't.
There's a golf tournament also. What are you talking about, Tim? He said there's a golf tournament. Are you talking about it in Jacksonville? Tim texting in, hit us up on the text line, said there's a golf tournament also, but I'm not sure what he's talking about. He said, tell Todd Amazon will deliver by midnight if you order today before 12:15. So you're going to have a little bit of time to make the deadline.
I do not want them to deliver. I want to go to the mall.
He's doing his own shopping, folks. He's doing his own.
I like to go to the mall.
He's good. He's a man amongst the people. Today is the day the Todd Father walks amongst the people. He showers them with his presence, and I don't mean gifts. I mean just presence.
And my knowledge, my fact knowledge.
And his capabilities of being right all the time in his mind.
Yep.
There's nothing better. It's a glorious day for that. What are you doing for Christmas, by the way?
I will be having Christmas with the boys.
And the boys, they are all, two of them are in college at IU, one's still at Carmel, Will, of course.
Yep, but we will be having it in Carmel, and then I will be headed back to Newburgh to work tomorrow morning. Or no, Thursday morning.
Gee whiz. J.J. Watt.
What we do.
Expected to return to practice Tuesday and play in the postseason. J.J. Watt's coming back, baby.
Seriously?
Yep. Torn pectoral. Expected to return to practice Tuesday and play in the postseason.
That's incredible.
Breaking news. There you go. If you're a Texans fan.
Which no one in Indiana is.
We were talking about parking earlier. Joker says being a former player allows you special privileges that others don't have, Todd. Parking anywhere you like in Bloomington. Pretty much what he does.
I wish that was the truth. but it's
pretty
not.
much. He just rolls like when we go to the games. He just rolls up to Assembly Hall.
Jay Edwards, on the other hand, did think that was a fact.
How many parking tickets did he have?
A lot. I can remember that was legendary. I think we got in trouble on our team because of how many parking tickets he had, and he was gone. He was gone.
How many tickets are we talking about? Any idea?
I'm going to say more than 50. It was the number I heard, which is a lot.
Well, it was easy. I know how easy it was to get one back then because I got them too, and it has not changed. That's the funny thing is this town has been like that forever. Why? Why are they so against people parking here?
They're not against it. They
are.
They just want to make money off of it.
I'm surprised they don't have meters in people's driveways. I'm not kidding. They got meters everywhere. I've never seen meters in neighborhoods before. They have meters every place they can stick a meter.
Hey, this is the difference between living in tiny town Floyd Central.
No, this is
the big city, bud.
Bigger towns or smaller towns, it doesn't matter. I've been in tons and tons of towns. Believe me, I've never seen one in regards to parking like Bloomington. Bloomington is not good when it comes to parking. And I don't think that's anything that's not known by everybody that lives in and around the Bloomington area. Parking is just unbelievably horrible.
Now, I'll say that the from the stadium perspective and where those are all built and everything that's around there and the way it's landlocked, that's a nightmare. That I'll give you. But the downtown parking, I have never had an issue.
Well, that's because you're the Todd father. You don't understand. Not everybody's the Todd father. We don't have those privileges where they roll the red carpet out for us everywhere we go.
You've ridden with me plenty.
It's right, and I get to walk on the carpet when I'm with you.
I pull straight up and park just like everybody else does.
Right, I know, right in front of the door, and they open the door and welcome you in and everything. It's great. That's why I like to ride with you.
Yep.
I know we're getting special. We're getting taken care of special privileges.
Yep. Man, you've got some nonsense going today.
What'd you get Jessica for Christmas? Something good, I hope. She has to put up with your nonsense.
I can't say it on the air.
Oh, man. Oh, is she listening?
No, I haven't got it yet. I told you I'm not starting shopping.
You should have lied. You should have said that's the only thing that I got was because that's the most important
That's
one.
That's a good point. Hey, roll this back, Jake.
It's too late.
Yes, I got her something really nice, but I just don't want to spoil the surprise.
I hope she's not listening.
She's in Virginia, and they do not have reception, so she is definitely not listening.
Is that because they don't have electricity down there?
They do have electricity, but barely. Somebody's got to be on the treadmill in order for them to be able to watch TV.
We got to have Jamal Meeks running so we can get clear.
No, they would all freeze to death if Jamal had to be in charge of being on the treadmill.
Get the FBI Fat Boy Fit Club, FBFC.
Yeah. I think the Fat Boy Fit Club is just joined into the Fat Boy Drinking Beer Club all of a sudden.
Well, it is that time of year. It's time to take a hiatus.
Yep. You don't have to start that New Year's resolution for another week.
If you were listening in the first hour, I talked about Alan Henderson's Facebook post, which he was dismayed that the selection committee, while containing people from various walks, there's coaches, administrators, faculty members, things of that sort on there, like Todd Yeagley, Terry Morin, both on the committee, but not someone from Indiana basketball. And Alan Henderson was lamenting the fact that with it being basically the most important sport at Indiana, that he thought that there should be a representative of that. And we talked about this earlier. I don't think it's going to matter because in this situation, normally I would probably give a little more credence to it because of what you talked about earlier with Indiana being so secretive. But even though they are secretive, there's no way that three of the people we've talked about are not top candidates, and that is Scott Dolson, who's currently in the department, basically the number 2 guy underneath Fred Glass, Pat Kraft, who is the athletics director at Temple and a former Indiana football player and member of the staff at Indiana, Chris Reynolds, a former basketball player, currently the athletics director at Bradley over in Springfield, Illinois, and also a former basketball player here, as well as being a former member of the staff here. So there's no way those 3 guys guys, and I'm not saying it's just them, but those are the three most prominent. But there's no way none of those guys.
Those are the three most obvious. I think those are the three most obvious. Like beyond that.
And they're and those are at least quality candidates. I think we would all agree to. Three quality guys right there. But and there's tons of other people. I don't know who they're looking at. We're not going to know because, as they've said, we'll find out when they name the guy.
It doesn't have to be. I'm not a person who sits here and says it has to be an IU person. It has to be a Chris Reynolds because he went to IU. Yes, Chris is a friend of mine, and I know what a good human being and person he is. So I don't think you could go wrong with that selection. I don't know Pat Kraft. I obviously do know Scott Dolson. I know he would be fantastic, and he probably would keep things as close to the same as what they have been. But I mean, then there's other people that I'm sure we don't know of that are all also great candidates. I didn't know Fred Glass's name when they announced him. And I think he's done a great job. So
yeah, it's just a different situation this time because we didn't know. I don't know that these candidates did not exist then when Fred Glass got hired. Chris Reynolds wasn't in that position. Pat Kraft wasn't in that position. Scott Dolson was not close to being where he is now. So none of these guys, they didn't really have this situation in. And Fred Glass was kind of a surprise hire, but it was all, surprise then. And it may not be any of these three guys, Todd. There may be a candidate that we don't know about that is just blows them off the charts. Who knows? But at least we know that these are three viable candidates with IU ties. I don't care if it's an IU guy or not either. But if all things are equal, then I would probably think that they should go with an IU connected person. If all things are equal as far as talent, ability, experience, all that in the position, which I think that that's the case here.
Yeah, and it is. And also another factor in my mind in it is, in 2009 when they were hiring Fred Glass, I would not say the athletic department was in near as good a shape as it is today. And so, maybe keeping someone like Dolson involved in it because of the good place that it's in, maybe that's an advantage that he might have. I mean, I'm just stating advantages everyone might have in certain scenarios. I think the athletic department's in a great place. I think it has made dramatic improvements over the years, and I think Scott's been a big part of that, and he knows what that plan he's had the closest knowledge to what that plan has been and accomplished and what it looks forward to accomplish.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get to that point. It's.
I don't think they'll announce anyone until probably right before school's out and Fred Glass's last week. Do you?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to do anything that stops us wondering any sooner than we can.
Yeah, no.
But yeah. We did go pretty long, even though we thought we couldn't. You got two people who just don't know how to shut up. We got plenty more coming up here on Indiana Sports Beat on Christmas Eve. You're listening to Coyle Larry from the Golf Club at Eagle Point Studios. We're back with more right after this. Hello, everybody. Jim Coyle from Indiana Sports Beat. When I'm not covering the Hoosiers, you can find me at Bubba's 33 in Clarksville, located on the northeast corner of I-65 at Veterans Parkway. Bubba's 33 has hand-tossed pizzas, bold burgers, and ice-cold beer from a select list of local craft brewers. An incredible food selection, all made fresh daily. Whether you're meeting the team for that post-win meal in the family dining area or meeting friends for happy hour to watch the game on one of Bubba's 50 TVs. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Pizza, burgers, beer.
We all want a winning smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you will get at Reynolds Family Dentistry in Sellersburg. Reynolds Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Hoosier families for over 30 years. Let Doctors Roger and Jay Reynolds take care of your family. Just off of I-65 at 809 South Indiana Avenue in Sellersburg. Call 812-246-3368. That's Reynolds Family Dentistry, 812-246-3368.
I'm Rain Shaddy, and I'm a Hoosier. As a toddler, you could always find me running around in a cream and crimson onesie and a red IU hat reminiscent of those worn during the world-famous William Tell timeout, shouting, "Go Hoosiers!" Like many other alum, I chose to make Bloomington my home. As a civic and alumni leader, I have become very knowledgeable about our community and would love to share my insights with you as your realtor. Find me on Facebook or call or text me, Ryan Shaddy, with FC Tucker Bloomington Realtors at 765-623-9093.
Now that warm weather has arrived, it's time to hit the links, and there's no better place than the golf club at Eagle Point in Bloomington. Voted best golf course by the readers of the Bloomington Herald-Times, the golf club at Eagle Point is under new ownership, has new fairways and bunkers, and it's open to the public. When the round's over, there's cold beer and a full menu at the Eagle Point Pub and Bistro. Call 812-824-1100 to make a tee time. That's 812-824-1100. The golf club at Eagle Point in Bloomington.
This is AJ Moye.
This is Dan Dockett.
Hey, this is Michael Lord, former Indiana basketball player.
This is Indiana football coach Tom Allen.
This is Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat. You can always like and follow us on Facebook. Always follow the show rebroadcast on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify. TheDailyHoosier.com is a great place to sign up for each and every day. Or, of course, on 97.7 The Ref in Evansville.
Hey, this is Jordan Halls, former Indiana Hoosier. Keep up with Indiana sports on Indiana Sports Beat.
Today's guest is brought to you by Reynolds Family Dentistry of Sellersburg. You need $1 million smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you'll get with Reynolds Family Dentistry. Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle Leary here on this Friday, December 20th. And we've got number 23 live today. Jamal Meeks joining us. Jamal, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm awesome, man. How about you guys this morning?
Are you on the treadmill right now?
No, I'm about to need to get my fat ass on there soon, though. I've been slacking, man. I've been slacking, boy. I've been eating good and laying around lazy. Everybody been talking about me. When you coming back, coach? You starting to get fat again, coach? I said, well, I'm used to being fat, so there ain't nothing new.
Is the Fat Boy Fit Club on hiatus?
No, actually, we're going to get going this morning. We got some guys. It's one of the football coaches that I usually walk with. He called me last night. He was like, hey, coach. Hey, man, we ain't done a video in a long time, man. I said, yeah, because we ain't worked out in a long time. He said, well, we got to get to it today. I said, well, all right, I guess we'll do it. So I guess I'll get back to it today.
I think you could take that, and that could be a side business for you, man. You could really do a whole side TV or live Facebook thing. People really gravitate.
Everybody say we just have a good time, man, laughing and joking. And the thing for me, man, it's hard for me to get to the treadmill. So if I can get somebody there with me where we can joke and laugh a little bit, then I'm all for it.
You got a face for radio, brother. You better stick to the
Absolutely. Absolutely. 2-1, what's up, baby? How you doing this morning?
Oh man, just sitting here trying to get by every day. I look at the treadmill. I look at the treadmill every day. I just don't ever get on it.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot lately.
I learned one thing sitting next to you at IU in the locker room, and that is we joined the same eating club and we joined the same workout club.
Then we're in the same drinking club too, right?
Well, I can't. No, I would love to be able to say I'm in your club, but there is no way.
Oh, shit.
My blood alcohol tent was.
Everybody thought I was a machine, Leary.
My blood alcohol content was based off of the sweat that I got rubbing off on you in practice.
You knew it was hard sweat too, baby.
Yes,
you knew it was hard sweat, baby.
I knew those days. I knew those days when you walked in the locker room sweating before practice. We were in for a long one.
Boy, to be young again, man. I wish I could go back to that, bro. Wow.
I hear you.
Now it's hard to get out the bed.
We thought we had it rough back then, didn't we?
Man, swear we did, man. Wow. I look at all the stuff that's going on now, man, with the kids nowadays, and the way coaching is and the way everybody does their stuff now. Man, it's way, way totally different, man, than what we're used to dealing with.
It's funny because I've talked to, I talk to the IU coaches all the time, but we've got some buddies that are coaching around the country, and it's so funny because everybody says that exact same thing. Everybody say, and they always say, kids are so much different now. You got to recruit different, and you got to basically just coddle everybody around for 4 years.
Yes. It's a lot of it, man.
Really?
No, it's just, it's a lot. It's like, Larry, I know you guys were my friends. I loved y'all, man. We had great times together, all that. But when we got between them lines, man, I didn't care nothing about how you felt or anything else when we started playing. I didn't care about none of that. You're one of my best guys, but I didn't care nothing about that. Okay, I was coming to put my foot as far as I can in your behind. And that's just what it was every day.
Yep.
And these guys don't do that.
It's funny,
like, Jamal, okay, we're friends and we can't do that to each other. Yeah, I'm coming to bust your butt every day, bro. Every time we lace them up, I'm coming for your neck.
I tell the story all the time, Jamal, about when all 7 of us came in as freshmen with Calbert and everybody. When we came in, the very first day of practice, you got out in front of everybody and you said, hey, look, we're all friends and we're all buddies. But once we walk out of this locker room and we go out there on the court, we're out there to try to kill each other. But afterwards, when we come back in here, everybody's buddies again, and we leave everything out on the court. And I tell that story all the time because that's one of the best leadership moves that any locker room I've ever been in. That's one of the best things because for 4 years we held that up. Then you were gone a couple years after I got there and graduated, and I made sure that I was the guy that let everybody know that. Because it was such an important factor. It's such a big thing to be able to know when we go out there. It's almost like a different personality. When you come back in the locker room, we all got to be buddies again, and that was one of the best things I think you ever did.
Well, the thing for us, we had to go into them hostile environments, man. Everybody wanted to beat us. I mean, everybody, whatever gym we went into, they wanted to beat us. So we had to be on our stuff. If we weren't, man, we were going to get killed. And we had a few of those. And
we had 10 guys on the court or 10 guys on the team that all, were capable of playing, and we all were fighting for playing time. So when we're going out there, we're not going out there to be nice to each other.
No, not at all.
It's not that
man.
way anymore.
Those few minutes, man, are precious. I mean, basketball is not an equal opportunity employer either. That's what the guys don't understand. The guys that get out there and give their all the time are the ones that are going to play the most. It's just that simple.
Yep. It's definitely different now.
Jamal, the guys that you're coaching today, are you able to reach them like when you were playing with Todd and all those guys and that mindset? Are the guys, do they still have that middle approach and you can reach them on that level?
Yeah, we got a good group of guys that a couple leaders in this deal that have that mentality. And that's our job, as coaches, man, is to get them to understand what we're trying to do and the way we have to approach it to be successful. I mean, that goes with everything, with how the way we handle ourselves with our on campus, how we talk to tutors, how we talk to professors, the whole deal. It's all about their growth, and that's what we're here to push for that.
Now, you're still up at Monmouth, right?
Yeah, I'm still at Monmouth. Actually, I'm headed to practice. We have a game tomorrow. We play Albany University tomorrow at 2. So we got practice at 11, and I'm headed in now to go in early with a couple guys and shoot before we start practice.
So you got Auburn tomorrow?
Albany.
I was like, damn.
Albany University, yeah. We went out to Kansas, man, and played Kansas and Kansas State and Pittsburgh. So we've had enough of that.
The AD spot's open right now. One of the names that's come up is another former teammate, Jamal, Chris Reynolds, who's now over at Bradley in Springfield, Illinois. What do you think about the open situation with the AD?
Man, that's awesome. They need to interview him. Definitely, Chris Reynolds, man, is one of my greatest friends, man. Every time, man, something happens or anything goes on, Chris Reynolds is one of the first guys to call me, man. You know,
well, I
and
remember
offer
the
his
last
support.
time we spoke, you talked about, of course, one of the days you want to be a head coach. It's one of your goals, and you were going to talk to him about some of the things on heading in that direction for counsel, and because of the position he's in.
Absolutely. Actually, he's still waiting on some paperwork from me that I need to send out to him soon, so he can put the red pen on it. So I'm just lucky, man. I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world, man, because I had teammates and guys that I'm still friends with to this day that are willing to help and love me.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Jamal,
awesome,
you were
man. That's
you
an
were
awesome deal to have, man.
It
Awesome
is,
to
but
have.
that you created that, Jamal, because you were. People ask about, they ask you the same thing about, what was it like playing at IU? They always want a Bob Knight story. They always want whatever, but it comes up all the time as to, what certain teammates were like. And you were just one of those guys that you were the glue, like you were kind of the cohesive part. When you were gone, you don't know this, but when you were gone after you graduated, that next summer, I mean, Calbert basically set everybody down is like, okay, well, who's going to take over for Jamal? Because when things were going bad, Jamal was always the guy that kind of regrouped us and got us back together. And you kind of formed this unit with us that it was us versus the coaches. And it was just, not in a negative way, but you know what I mean? Like we had
to let them know that we were coming to do our work.
Right.
And then sometimes, man, a lot of times with coaches, we don't have all the answers. We think we do sometimes, but a lot of the answers, man, are right with the players.
Right.
Because they're actually going through it.
Yeah.
And then and then me being here at Monmouth, man, and being out of coaching for 10 or 15 years and then come back to Monmouth and then to be an assistant with King Rice and then watch how he handles the guys, man, it's unbelievable. I mean, he does an awesome job at that, of building that team and togetherness and family with all of us. And we always explain to guys, hey, guys, we wouldn't have brought you to Monmouth if we wanted to mess with you and to be on your neck all the time. We brought you here because you're a good player, okay? And you're a really good player, and then you, with the rest of our guys, we can have a really, really good team, okay? That's why you're here. I think everybody on this team can play, but we all have to work toward one common goal, and that's winning this MAC championship. And
do those kids realize? Do those kids realize how lucky they are to have members on their coaching staff from two of the most premier college basketball programs in college basketball while they were at their peak?
They don't know, man. They kids. They won't know that. They won't know that until after they leave. Just like I didn't know what I had until I left Indiana. I thought I knew everything, but then once I left, I was like, wow, damn, them guys really, really cared for me, really took care of me. Once you leave college, man, nobody's cheering for you no more, especially when you're not playing. And then what's going to be your motivation to get up and go do your job every day? That's what we're building.
Obviously, Coach Knight was an influence on you. Or is there anybody else coaching-wise that was an influence on you?
My mama, my mother.
Yep.
They generally get things set straight.
about going hard every day and giving your best every day. That's from my mother. I mean, there's times, man, I talk to Coach Rice and some of our guys about how my mother treated me and raised me. Man, my mother raised a warrior, boy. Woo-wee. You had to be tough to live in her house. Okay, here's some of the stuff my mother would do, all right? She would wash her clothes. She would fold them up, and then she'd put them on your bed, okay? And she said, I want all these clothes put in your drawers, okay? And when she opened those drawers, all those drawers had to be neat, bro. If there was one shirt out of place, she pulled the whole drawer out and dumped the whole drawer on the bed. Okay? So that was details, right? That was pay attention to the details. And then when I get to college, you got Coach Knight saying the same thing. Details. You got to do the details. We got to do all the small stuff right for everything to work. Okay, well, I was already trained for the details. Before I got to IU, I was already trained with that.
I was going to say, it sounds like you played for Coach Knight before you got to Indiana.
Say it again?
I said, it sounds like, you played for Coach Knight before you ever got to Indiana.
Man, Coach Knight was a walk in the park compared to my mama.
Okay? Wait a minute. So I need to blame your mom for all those bloody noses and black eyes and stuff that I got in practice all the time?
All that, Todd. It's her. Oh. It's her. Blame her.
Okay. All right.
Yep. I ain't going to honk the horn for her either. Mom, I threw you under the bus.
I can tell you this. The one thing Todd has said more than once is if he had to go into a fight, he wants Jamal Meeks on his side. And he's said that numerous times.
Yeah, well, we ain't playing, man. When it's time to get down, it's time to get down. Okay? And then and if you messing with my guys, you messing with me. So that's just how I roll. If we're together, we together. And no one can call Todd 2-1 but me.
That's my nickname. We're keeping that to ourselves.
Yeah. I got a job now. I got a job now to get that out. I know you're busy during coaching. Basketball season started because you're coaching. Do you get a chance to watch Indiana at all?
Man, I watch Indiana every time they come on TV, bro. I had a chance this past weekend. I was up in the Bronx recruiting, and got a chance to sit with Bruiser Flint. And Bruiser's a super friend of mine, man. Love Bruce. Love him to death. And Brew goes, "Hey, what's up, Meeks? What's up? Hey, ain't nothing happening, Brew. What's going on?" Nothing, man. I said, "Hey, man, I got something in my pocket, man, that, I got my mom's shirt on here to recruit, but I got something in my pocket, man, that you might like." And he goes, "What is that? What's that? What's that?" He's looking. So I stick my hand in my coat and I pull out my Indiana toboggan or skull cap, as we call them.
Skull cap.
And he goes, "Hey, man, you got an Indiana hat with you?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm Indiana every day, bro." And he just cracked up laughing. So I follow my Hoosiers, man. I'm loyal, and I love Indiana, period.
I know you're able to get back to a game occasionally, but and again, with your own basketball schedule, it's difficult. Any plans to come back this year?
Yeah, we'll have to figure out when the schedule permits. I'm sure it'll be sometime during the year. I'll be recruiting in that area, and I'll get a chance to get down there again and see the guys. Well,
I know that Janko's Little Zagreb's is your favorite restaurant here, so I'm going to make sure that Todd pays for us to go eat there when you come.
You know that.
Hey, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Hey, he already owed, man, so he owes 2 dinners now, man. So now I'm going to get yours paid for, all right?
I know if I go with you, we're getting out of there for free. Trust me, I know that.
You already know it, baby. Let's go. Absolutely.
What else is going on in the world of Jamal Meeks right now? I know it's a basketball-heavy season.
Man, it's really busy right now, man. My 15-year-old son just got back from Florida with the it's called the AYF, the American Youth Football League. He was down on the All-Star team down in Florida. They won the championship down there, and he's fired up. My oldest boy is a senior in high school here. He's got his first game tonight at his school, Ocean High School. So we're nonstop with the boys. And then my daughter is she's a senior here at Monmouth, and she's finishing up her last year here at Monmouth. So and my wife's holding everything down, making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be.
You got a lot going on in the Meeks family, man. It's a busy time.
It's a bunch, man. And we're headed to practice to get some shots up. So, man, what a beautiful day to wear sweats and go to the gym and work on your game.
Don't forget to hit that treadmill, man.
Yeah, that later, man. I thought I was going to get away from that, but you keep bringing it up, so I'm going to have to go to it
now. Jamal, man, I cannot thank you enough. We appreciate you so much, and look forward to doing this again maybe later on in the basketball season. I know you're busy, but we cannot thank you enough for your time.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on, man. It's always good to talk to my guys. Hey, Todd Leary, I love you, bro.
I love you, Jay Meeks.
All right, man. Take care.
See you, buddy.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, Jamal. Jamal Meeks, former Indiana basketball player, joining us. Man, he is just one of the absolute best guests you can ever have. Just one of the best people you can be around. But that doesn't always make a great guest. He is both. He's both. He is gold. He's magic.
Here's what you got to understand, and you've had him on here enough that you get it. But that's him every day. Like, that was not there was no
acting.
No act. And
acting.
He wasn't just fired up while we're on the – he's like that every day. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be great going through life as Jamal Meeks.
Yeah, he's good at it. He's good at it.
He's a happy person. And the great thing is, though, what he does great is you cannot not be happy when you're in his presence.
Yeah.
I don't care how
well. You can practice against it. You can practice against him and not be happy.
Well, that's a two. I'll take that little bubble out. Yeah, that's a different deal there.
Remember, I came to IU at like 155 pounds, and Jamal was already. I mean, I think Jamal came out of the womb at about 215, and he's just thick and he's strong, and it's just he
played hard. He played hard.
Man. He hurt a lot of people. I know that he hurt me a lot.
And that's funny coming from a not that he's small, but on the court, a guard. I mean, he's one of the guys, God dang it, you don't want to be in that paint down there in a scrum. No. You're going to catch an elbow in the face.
Yeah, that, and it's just like even guarding you out on the floor. Like what people don't watch a lot of, and we used to do it, like you can't get away with it as much anymore, but like when your guy would pass the ball and go away and, try to run away, like it was your job to kind of, grab him and scratch him and, chuck him with your forearm a little bit and all that. And, man, he used to catch you in the wrong spot in your stomach sometimes, and you're just like, geez, it's freaking November 20th, Jamal. We don't have a game. Like, why are you killing me?
Oh, man, we've got a great show going and more to come. You're listening to Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle and Leary. We're back with all that and more from the Golf Club at Eagle Point Studios right after this. Hello, everybody. Jim Coyle from Indiana Sports Beat. When I'm not covering the Hoosiers, you can find me at Bubba's 33 in Clarksville, located on the northeast corner of I-65 at Veterans Parkway. Bubba's 33 has hand-tossed pizzas, bold burgers, and ice-cold beer from a select list of local craft brewers. An incredible food selection, all made fresh daily. Whether you're meeting the team for that post-win meal in the family dining area or meeting friends for happy hour to watch the game on one of Bubba's 50 TVs. Bubba's 33 in Clarksville. Pizza, burgers, beer.
We all want a winning smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you will get at Reynolds Family Dentistry in Sellersburg. Reynolds Family Dentistry has been serving the dental needs of Hoosier families for over 30 years. Let Doctors Roger and Jay Reynolds take care of your family. Just off of I-65 at 809 South Indiana Avenue in Sellersburg. Call 812-246-3368. That's Reynolds Family Dentistry, 812-246-3368.
I'm Rain Shaddy, and I'm a Hoosier. As a toddler, you could always find me running around in a cream and crimson onesie and a red IU hat reminiscent of those worn during the world-famous William Tell timeout, shouting, "Go Hoosiers!" Like many other alum, I chose to make Bloomington my home. As a civic and alumni leader, I have become very knowledgeable about our community and would love to share my insights with you as your realtor. Find me on Facebook or call or text me, Ryan Shaddy, with FC Tucker Bloomington Realtors at 765-623-9093.
Now that warm weather has arrived, it's time to hit the links, and there's no better place than the Golf Club at Eagle Point in Bloomington. Voted best golf course by the readers of the Bloomington Herald-Times, the Golf Club at Eagle Point is under new ownership, has new fairways and bunkers, and it's open to the public. When the round's over, there's cold beer and a full menu at the Eagle Point Pub and Bistro. Call 812-824-1100 to make a tee time. That's 812-824-1100. The Golf Club at Eagle Point in Bloomington.
This is AJ Moyer.
This is Dan Dockett.
Hey, this is Michael Lord, former Indiana basketball player.
This is Indiana football coach Tom Allen.
This is Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat. You can always like and follow us on Facebook. Always follow the show rebroadcast on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify. TheDailyHoosier.com is a great place to sign up for each and every day, or, of course, on 97.7 The Ref in Evansville. For the best recycling and waste removal service, turn to the area's leader, Sweetland Waste Removal and Recycling, a homegrown company serving southern Indiana since 1995. Sweetland Waste Removal and Recycling serves Floyd, Clark, Harrison, and Washington counties. For excellent service and peace of mind, call Sweetland Waste Removal and Recycling today at 812-944-5642. That's 812-944-5642. Keep life sweet with Sweetland Waste Removal and Recycling.
Hey, this is Jordan Halls, former Indiana Hoosier. Keep up with Indiana sports on Indiana Sports Beat.
You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch.
Welcome back to the Todd Leary Hour.
Could not be more indicative of your attitude today.
What are you talking about? Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat. Coyle Leary with you here on this Christmas Eve celebration. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Hope you get to spend it with your family or friends or by yourself, if that's your preference. Whatever you like. Hope everybody's having a great time. That's all that matters. Just have a good time, right?
Yep, of course.
The AP Top 25 poll is out again, of course. Gonzaga, the newest number one. Unlike the 5 previous recipients of that, I don't think that they're going to take a loss anytime soon because they play in the West Coast Conference, which includes Bloomington South and Floyd Central, I think.
I think that the committee would take a page out of the bowl committee's resume
playbook
this year. Yep, playbook this year. And if someone got on a crazy roll, if Ohio State beat 3 highly ranked teams, I think they would jump them right above them.
Yeah, they'll certainly have the opportunity because playing in the Big Ten, you're going to have currently there are 6 teams from the Big Ten ranked in the top 25. Of course, Ohio State leads that group at the number 2 spot. Then you go down to number 11, Michigan. Maryland's close behind them at number 13. Michigan State right behind them at 14. Then you have all the way down to number 25, Iowa. Is that 5 or 6? Did somebody drop out?
What do you mean drop out?
Penn State. Missed Penn State number 20. I missed Penn State at number 20. So there's how about Penn State hanging in there, 10-2 on the season? Whew. But we expected they were going to be good.
Yep, they're good. They really are good. They deserve that ranking. Iowa's the one that kind of surprises me a little bit, but they had a couple of quality wins. So
yeah, they're Kentucky number 19, and they play Louisville on Saturday. If they lose to Louisville, bye-bye. That'll be 4 losses for them. They will be out of the top 25, which would be funny to see them drop out. Who dropped out? Somebody dropped out.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Can you imagine a top 25 without North Carolina and Kentucky in it? That's how crazy this season has become.
That sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
And I don't even really have anything against North Carolina other than they stole Eric Montross.
I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
It's a good transition. Good transition.
It is, man. Santa Claus, shooting some free throws. He's been practicing up at the pole. Somebody wanted a basketball goal for Christmas, and he's been using it.
Oh, man, weren't those days the best? Those were the best. When you got basketball stuff.
The funniest thing I ever did was when we'd have 3-on-3 tournaments on like 8.5-foot goals.
Yeah.
Those were, oh my God, they were bloodbaths because there were no fouls.
Yeah, I know. It was so much fun.
It was like
a
trade-off.
Snow on the ground. We could have
it didn't matter.
It didn't make a difference.
It did not matter. Those were great times. But
sneaking in the gyms, trying to find a gym open. Gosh, that was so much fun.
Cannot thank everybody enough for joining us here today. We appreciate you. We hope you have a great, Merry Christmas, a happy New Year. We'll talk about that when New Year rolls around, but a Merry Christmas. Hope you get to do whatever you want to do, spend it with whomever you want to spend it with. We cannot thank everybody enough. Our guests that we've had, we thank them this week as well, and we'll be back. We're on tomorrow, but it's going to be a repeat performance. So just so you know that going in, but we're back live Thursday. We're back at it here with you. We don't take vacations, man. We're at it. And then of course next week We'll be down in Jacksonville for the
We'll be
Gator
on
Bowl.
vacation. Next week we'll be on vacation.
Shush. We're working. We're working.
Yep.
This weekend, don't forget, the Indiana women play on Saturday. They've got a big game against Michigan State. Go out to Simon Scott Assembly Hall, support the ladies if you're around. And then on Sunday, of course, the men's team taking on Arkansas. And don't forget, after the game with Todd Leary, coming to you live from parts unknown. Yogi, we just were informed that Yogi's is having its Christmas party that day.
We're calling an audible, so
we're calling. We don't know yet, so we're going to fix that today and figure out where we're going to be. So we got to call an audible for that, but we'll be somewhere regardless. Whether we're sitting out on the sidewalk, brother, after the game is going to happen. So
hopefully we'll be sitting on a sidewalk in Jacksonville doing it from there. We can watch that game on TV.
Boy, that's the thought.
It's not a bad plan. I've been thinking about it all night. Trust me.
Well, just keep thinking hard because I'm with you. But looking forward to it. But thanks everybody, and Merry Christmas to you. We appreciate you so much. Merry Christmas to Todd, to you, your family, to your kids, Jessica, everybody. We wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you back here on Thursday. Merry Christmas. I'll see you on the radio.